What's up, YouTube? It's your boy King of Thrift. Today I'm going to be telling you guys my top 8 tips for success on eBay. So stick around.
Each town on highways a twist, baby. I hit the toll road.
Alright, thanks for tuning in, guys. For those of you who've never been to my channel before, my channel is devoted to helping you guys succeed on eBay, helping you guys avoid the pitfalls that I encountered as I was coming up in eBay. And basically I put these videos out. I try to put out at least a couple a week. I'm trying to increase that, to get more content, more good content for you guys out there. So let's get right into it. Number one, I would say, when you're first starting out, there's one rule you should always follow is never buy something that you can't get at least a 10 times return on. But that is to say, once you reach a certain point, then you can lower that margin, obviously. So if you're buying something for $20, a 2 or 3 times return is great on that. So in other words, turning $20 into $60, $20 flipping it for a 5 times profit for $100, that's great. 20 into 100, I'll take that all day. I'm sure you guys would agree with that. But in the beginning, anything that you're spending, under $10, I don't advise you guys to spend more than $10 in the beginning on, individual items. So if you're spending, $5 to $10 an item, you want to get an increase of around 10 times. So if you spend $5, you want to get 50. If you spend $1, you want to get at least 10. I mean, and that's or $3 into $30, less than 25 maybe. You could even go as low as 15 on something like that. Then your margins are getting low. $3 into 15. I mean, that's okay. But you really got to be careful with that, because by the time you pay your fees and the time that it takes for you to list it and the time to ship it and package and store it, all that stuff, it all adds up, guys. So 3 into 15, not so good. I hear a lot of guys talking about, it's a good profit margin, but in the end, when you really look at it, you see that it's not. So, I would a good rule of thumb, 10 times markup on whatever you buy. That's my first tip. My next tip, and one of the things that I learned the hard way in this business is, I like to say it like this: when in doubt, do without. If you're not sure about something, if you're not sure about the resale value of a particular item, then just leave it. Because that definitely adds up over the days and the weeks. $5, $10 here, $5, $10 there. If you're taking a couple hits a week, at just $10 a pop, that's $20 a week. By the end of the week, by the end of a month, that's $80. So you're pushing $100 of loss there. So, that $100, had it been invested wisely, that could go into, like I said, you could turn that in 10 times. You could turn that $100 into $1,000. You could use that, you could use that 80 or $100 for, making your systems more efficient, for investing in better software, and better equipment, things like that. So, the money is better used elsewhere. When in doubt, do without, guys. So one of the big things in this business, if you want to remain relevant and you want to be relevant to the eBay search engines, and the algorithms, then you need to ship within 24 hours. Shipping within 24 hours will put you ahead of a lot of the pack. A lot of people are not shipping within 24 hours. So if you do that, that's going to give you an edge. And in the beginning, believe me, guys, you need every edge you can get. Another thing that you should do on shipping on that note, provide free shipping anytime you can. I know that it's not always possible with larger items, and some things are breakable and delicate, so you're gonna have to charge for those things, obviously. But a good trick, something that I do personally, is when I do have to charge for shipping, I give them a really, really good rate. That very well could be the determining factor that tips the scales in your favor, versus the other guy who is selling the identical item for maybe around the same price or even slightly less, but you offer free shipping, bam, guess what, you just won that sale. So free shipping, always ship within 24 hours. My next tip, guys, is clean your items. Whatever it is that you have, clean it. Once you clean it, I can promise you, you're gonna get 100% more than if you don't. So, that's very simple. It sounds like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised. I see some of these sellers out there, they're selling things and they do not clean them. And it's like going out on a date and not taking a shower. You know what I'm saying? You're presenting yourself to your lady friend, or your guy friend, and you're dirty and stinky. You're not making the impression that you could make had you just bathed that morning. So, but I think that's a good illustration, to illustrate that point. So, clean your items, guys. You're gonna get a lot more money, and you'll thank me for it in the end. Next, titles. Guys, do your research. Do your keyword research for your particular niche, and make sure that you're getting your titles right, because your titles will literally make or break you in this game. A good title can mean the difference between $20 or $150. Believe me, I've seen it happen, in my own, in my own sales many times coming up. Many times, I have lost out on a lot of money by, in the beginning, by not having the right titles. I just didn't do my, I didn't do my homework well enough. And I would wonder, and I wondered why my item went for so much less than the identical item from another seller. Once I did the right research, it was easy to see. This guy had the right keywords in his title. His titles were better than mine. So do your homework and make sure that your titles are dead on, because like I said, that will make or break your business. My next tip is always check emails daily. Obviously, check emails twice a day. If you want to remain ahead of the pack, check your emails twice a day. Don't just check them once. Obviously, check them no less than once a day. First thing in the morning, you should check your emails. Get right back to your customers. If you can, check them in the morning, check them in the evening, check them even on Sundays on your day off. Now, personally, I don't check emails on Sunday, I must confess. Sometimes I do, if I'm just feeling like it. But, I have a very good customer base. Like I said, I've been doing this 15 years. I have a lot of repeat buyers. And, they've come to know that, we don't work on weekends. They come to expect that. And many people do know that if you don't answer them on eBay, it's not, on Sundays, it's not the end of the world. Most people know a lot of people are still taking off Sundays. So. But like I said, guys, check your emails as often as you can. Get back to your customers as quickly as possible. As you know, you don't like waiting in line. I hate to wait in line. I hate waiting for responses on emails. So, the quicker you can get back to your customers, it's just that much better that, that your game's going to be. It's going to give you that much more of an edge. So check your emails regular and answer your customers as quickly as possible. Okay, my final tip of the day is know your inventory, know your product. Before I did this, I was actually in sales. I worked in sales. I was a salesman most of my life and made a very good living. And one of the reasons I was able to make such a good living in selling was because I knew my product better than my coworkers. I knew the product better than the people who were looking to buy my product. Honestly, in all honesty, I knew my products better than a lot of my managers and even some of the owners of the actual businesses, industries that I worked in. So, for me, I wouldn't overkill on it. I would know things that no one would ever ask. But, as a result, I was always at top sales. I always made a very good living, and I was always able to sell a lot more than my competition. So know your product inside and out, guys. Know everything about it, and that's going to give you a little more edge. Hopefully this video has helped you guys out. If so, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to learn how you can work from home, be your own boss, and create the life that you love. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the future. Peace out.